Yo, Joe!
Hello everybody and welcome to another figure review. Still feeling slightly sick, but here we are with another figure review, and it's the last one from this wave. G.I.Joe classified buzzer. Quick look at the packaging here. We have a Cobra logo, Dreadnok buzzer, classified series logo. We have a nice portrait there of Buzzer himself, looking very cool. And then we have that same portrait on the side. I really like how that looks. I'm also very biased towards this character. He is my favorite Dreadnok out of the bunch, and he is in the same kind of diorama that Ripper was in. I'm not sure how well we can look at it, but you can see the same kind of location. You have the drum set cans all over in the back or on the ground. But yeah, here we have him, you know, holding his chainsaw, and over here we have the accessories and whatnot. Backside is his skills and abilities, accessories, digital render, zoom in shots of some of the sculpting and details, QR code in red, and yeah, that's the packaging. You know, we have the foot locker as always, and then we do have the black and white portrait inside. And with that being said, we only have the figure to look at. Ignore that voice crack. But we have the figure here already out of the box. Starting with accessories, we have some reuse with this knife. I believe this is indeed Dusty's knife. As you can see there, same handle, same blade. Alright, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the same blade. It may be same handle but different blade, but for sure it's just Dusty's knife. We have a new pistol mold here with some tape going around the grip there. It looks very cool. You can port the blast effects on it. The hole for the barrel there is kind of off center, but it's a good looking little pistol. I like it. I dig it. We have his infamous glasses, which we'll get into later on in the video. But yeah, they're molded pretty nicely for the most part, and you know, they have a kind of reflective black sheen on them, so that's pretty nice. We do have this crazy baseball bat wrapped with some, what would you call them, buzzsaw blades. Very cool. Some nice kind of foil tape for his grip there, and then a spike at the end, reinforced with some braces there. Very cool looking accessory, very unique to Buzzer. And then we do have this kind of scythe on the chain whip kind of thing, you know. I'm not sure how efficient this would be, but I don't know. If it works for him, it works for him. But yeah, we have a nice handle detail there. Very cool. Obviously, it's always preferred to have actual chain, you know, so it can move around. This isn't also bad because it's in a, you know, stationary kind of movement kind of thing, so you can get some cool shots that way. We then have his final accessory piece here, his chainsaw. Very awesome looking. There's some nice silver there here, and then, you know, the chain itself is a different color. Not much detailing going on here, but there is a lot of sculpt. So, you know, if you're a customizer, you can go in there, give it a wash and whatnot, and give it some more detail. Looking very cool. I like this. Again, very unique to Buzzer. Yeah, I'm just happy how this turned out. You get a handle and his grip here with a little button there. So yeah, very cool accessory. And now in terms of Buzzer himself, We do have his vintage counterpart here, but I think Buzzer came out very well. He is one of the ones I was the most excited for from this wave. Um, there were actually all the figures in this wave were kind of exciting releases, and for the most part, I liked all of them. So it's gonna be hard to rank them from most favorite to least favorite. But Buzzer here, I am not disappointed whatsoever. We do have reuse at the legs from Destro as well as the boots, but that's fine. They function well. They're not gummy or anything. Obviously, if you do force it, you know, it's gonna bend and whatnot. But we do have like a new crotch piece here with the skull there, looking very cool. And then just some nice kind of silver detailing, and then you have the green there for the strap that goes over his shoulder. And then you have a grenade and sort of a smoke grenade sculpted on there. I have some kind of paint rubbing over here, some green, but it's on the back, so I don't really mind. We have his tattoo there, his hair here on his forearm, a nice little watch which is not sculpted on there, so you can remove his hand and remove that. We just have sort of a wristband on this side, again separate piece, so you can remove it if you want. Hair on the forearm over here, you have some chest hair there, dog tags, his sheriff medal there, and then that head sculpt just looks amazing. I like it personally. The expression, it's okay. Once with the glasses, it really kind of sells the expression, you know, but for the most part, I am very happy with how this guy turned out. I am not disappointed at all. I think he might be my favorite. Again, I'm extremely biased towards this character. He is my favorite Dreadnok. But yeah, I'm just happy with how he turned out. You know, you have these kind of armor bits on his thighs. Very cool looking figure. Articulation does not disappoint either. His head can look up a bit more than, you know, General Hawk and Shockwave and Helix. Even having this kind of ponytail, he looks up a little bit, not a whole bunch. Down a little bit more. You do have great pivoting as always. You also have that bottom ball joint into the neck. This isn't articulated, but I may modify this with, you know, magnets, gluing one into the head sculpt and then having one on the other piece. So I may modify it. I don't know. You do get butterfly joints, which, you know, function for the most part, and then you also have that sort of ripped shirt effect going on there, which I like. And also it's traditional butterflies, not whatever they did with General Hawk. Arms can go out about that much. I'm sure the arms are reused from somewhere, but I can't pinpoint where. You do have your bicep swivel there, double jointed arms. Again, they reused the Crimson Twins hands for some reason. I'm not a big fan of the two fingers just being like that, but I don't mind it too much with Buzzer here because he is a Dreadnok, so he's kind of a lunatic in itself, so I don't mind it too much. But with General Hawk, I didn't really like that. You get your waist swivel, which, you know, functions. He crunches forward pretty well and back pretty well as well, and all together, good crunch. You can kick forward about that much. His leg kind of kicks outward a little bit. I think it's due to this piece here, but he kicks forward about that much, out and then back not so much. You do have the drop down hips, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and yeah, he can almost kick his own ass. I think this right here is preventing him from doing that, but if you move the foot back, yeah, you can. There you go. But yeah, you have your boot swivel, and as I showed, the foot goes back about that much. forward, not so much, and then you have ankle pivot in there. So yeah, all around, very awesome articulation. And overall, I'm happy with the way he turned out. Again, I'm biased towards this character. He's one of my favorites, but I couldn't be any happier with the way he turned out. Now, in terms of storage, we do have a holster for his pistol. We have a sheath for his knife. So right there, this may limit the range of how outward he can kick, because it's gonna bump into his hips there. And then the rest, we don't really have articulation, so he's either holding the bat or the crazy scythe chain thing, and I'm obviously gonna use the chainsaw for him. And then the glasses are not the greatest, at least staying on there. So that's another kind of modification I may end up doing, is just gluing them permanently on his face. I think they would have been better off just sculpting the glasses on him rather than having them removable. Because as you can see there, it just looks wonky. They don't sit flat on the ears or anything. They kind of stick out, and it's just very annoying. I mean, they stay there pretty well, but once you start messing around with the head, they're gonna shift all over the place. So it's a bit of a bummer, but yeah, I think I will permanently glue these on there, and just show you how he looks with his glasses on and that expression. I think it just really fits. It looks like a crazy dude. But yeah, with that being said, I'm happy with the figure. You guys can let me know if you're happy or not with Buzzer here. A lot of people want more Dreadnok, so we're slowly getting them. And, the slower, the better, because it gives them more time to work on things. Give us cool accessories or unique accessories like these. So yeah, the more time they take with certain characters, the better, I feel like. Again, I'm in no rush to, get all the characters all at once. Hasbro needs to make money by doing repaints and, all that stuff. And that's just, marketing and whatnot. But to conclude this video, I'm gonna rank my favorite to least favorite out of this wave, and it's gonna be very tough because I really love all the figures in this wave. And I think this is my final ranking. Buzzer, definitely my favorite, even with the glasses not being all that great. But he's still amazing looking, and I love his accessories. And I have a bias towards him, like I've said many times. Ripper was just an amazing figure. I didn't expect him to have that much detail. He's got so much little details. Once you get up close to him, something stands out, and he just looks amazing. So the Dreadnoks, they did amazing in this wave, and they're at the top of my list for this wave. And then the Joes, the three of them can be interchanged from the spots, but for sure Hawk stays at the end, simply because his articulation isn't the best. I was very disappointed with his torso articulation. It could have been done better, and we didn't get that better, so unfortunately he is at the end. But he's still great looking, and just standing there, he looks awesome. He looks like a beast. But yeah, for posing purposes, his torso isn't the greatest for that. Helix, on the other hand, is great for posing. She has great posing. I think the thing that limits them to is their head articulation to look up. They just can't get that range in, and it's all due to the ball joint rather than the disc hinge that Hasbro's now using. Um, and they both have, reused legs, so that's a bit disappointing. Not so much with Helix, because we only saw those legs with Scarlet at the beginning of the classified line, but I don't like those beachhead legs at all. I'm just not a big fan of them. And they both suffer from very gummy, machine pistols or accessories. But they're all great, even with all those flaws. They just look amazing. They pose well still. I've had a blast with these, and finally finishing it here with Buzzer. I can say this wave is solid, and we get 2 new Dreadnoks, and then we get 3 new Joe members, which we really need more Joe members of, since we have so many Cobra troops at this point. But yeah, that does it for this review and ranking. You guys let me know down in the comments what you think of these figures and how you would rank them. I think I'm pretty happy with my ranking. Like I said, these last 3 can be interchanged. But despite their flaws, very solid figures. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and